What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Another Twisted Side by Side Shop Edition episode 1 million. Just joking. I think this is 14, I think. And where we left off was I had one made of the Fender wheel wells. I now have 4 made. So that's all done. Turns out Jeep isn't 100% square. Shocker. But anyways, we're going to make do. I ended up, like I said I was going to do, notch this out. Because that'll line up perfectly there. And then whether I fill this in with sheet metal on the back side or on this side, I haven't decided yet. But I got that. And that side trimmed out. And I have this 1-inch square tubing made for the beefiness for the back. And it's all braced and level and in place. So I thought I would just update you where we are at the beginning of this project, or this episode, sorry. And this episode's going to have this and get that side down and get these tubes mounted in place and maybe start some sheet metal. I've already been out here for probably 3 or 4 hours making all this stuff, but again, you've already seen the tubing being made. So yeah, that's where we're at. I think this looks pretty nice actually. And it allows for a bigger tire if it ever comes down. I keep saying I'm not going to put bigger tires on it, but you know us boys, we're always wanting bigger. So yeah, I'm going to get this tacked on and welded up. And I'll likely do it for my day today because it's almost supper time. So I'm going to do that. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Same video for you boys, of course. Let's weld her up, shall we? Weld her up. another day here, and you can see we're working away, and we got the back all finished up here, ground off real nice. The edges look pretty sweet, pretty freaking sweet. And I got, as you can see, I got this all welded, that welded, that welded, that and that welded, and ground off. Not too bad. Might do a little more here, but yeah, it's a pretty good angle. And got in the sides all welded in, and I finished welding this bar, which I didn't have done before. What else? Got that kind of just set in place, and I'm playing around with notching this. It's pretty ugly. It's gonna be hard to fill that in, but that looks pretty good. Then I can come straight up from here and make a piece that'll fill this in. That'll look nice. And then I can start making the filler plate for here. I was playing around with some things. I think I'm gonna go on the inside and kind of butt weld it into here. Be a little harder to weld, but I think it'll look cooler with the tube showing. So that's kind of the next step, is to finish these two, and get them square with each other and lined up real nice, and then roll those into place, and then start using some of the layer steel. Now this would be easy, and this obviously. Corners is going to be kind of a hard deal. Not sure if I can heat that and bend it around, but something I haven't had to do yet is make a radius in the metal. But anyways, we'll get that figured out, make a template or something, and go from there. But she's looking pretty minty. Looking pretty minty. I like how this turned out. That looks really nice. Really good, really good. Everything in there flows nice. There's not a big dip. You can see, gets you a nice bit of room in there. But yeah, looks good. Looks good. It's snowing out really good today, so it'd be nice to have this out and running in the snow, play around a bit, but we're nowhere near that. So anyways, keep working away at this. Okay, well, we got the Fender here cut, and that looks freaking mint. Yes, I know it's not straight right now, but that looks good. Just kind of sitting here, I can show you what it'll look like. It will sit inset a little more than that. My plan is to tack weld here, get it in where I want it, tack weld here, and then heat a bit of this and get it forming over, and then tack as I go and form some more, and then tack, and then same on this side, heat and tack and form it down. That's the game plan there. But then I was thinking, like, well, we need to fill the inner wheel wells in. So I'm like, well, maybe we should do that first. So take this off. I got, I'll stay there, this piece of steel that I had lying around. I was gonna put it on the outside, but I think I like the inside look better. It's just as easy to cut, make. So I got my angle finder and put it in here, and I found that angle. So we're gonna take that piece of steel over to the counter and cut that angle off. The piece isn't square. maybe you won't be able to use that piece. Yeah, it's not square at all, so may have to straighten that up, but do that first. Get that square, cut that angle in. It's lots long, so, and then make my mark down here to cut it on an angle, and then build a piece to there, and same there. So all I'm gonna do now is cut that angle, get this squared up, cut that angle, and put that piece in. But that look, the fenders look pretty sweet, man. Not gonna lie. And I need to get all this welded in too before I put that on there, because none of this is welded. It'd be easier to do. So yeah, looks sick. Get at her. That was loud. I know it looks like it should be an episode of Forged in Fire with my machete looking knife here, but this turned out pretty good, I'm hoping. And kind of fit in there. Needs a little bit of trimming, but that looks really nice there. And it goes pretty well to the bottom, here to the bottom, yep. So need a good marker. I'll get my marker out, do just a little bit of trimming, but pretty close. Trim right there and there. Should line up pretty nice. And the that upper piece lined up really nice, so should be able to weld that in no problem. Then it's gonna make this funky piece for in there. So use the cardboard again. That seemed to work pretty good, and yeah, fill that in. Get those pieces done. It's one of those things that takes a long time, but you better to try and make it look pretty decent. You won't really see much from the outside, but you want it to look good from the inside. This looks pretty good. You know, it'll be a little seam there, but looks nice. And then get the back done, and then time to get all that welded in and work on the inner mud flap. So she's looking good. A lot of work, but it's going good. Get her done. Rock on, Wayne. Rock on. that's a lot of work. A lot of work. And welding's not great. It's not bad, but this is so heavy and this is so light that if you have it on light enough to weld this, it won't connect. It won't melt into it. Where you can see here, I had it too low. Sorry, a little higher. Had it too low, and then I turned it up, and those ended up being pretty nice. But yeah, that looks pretty sick. Looks pretty freaking sick. It's all that's all done. So that's all welded in there, and yeah, I like it. Turned out pretty minty. Next on the agenda is start working on the mud flap section, so I can try and get that done. Well, that looks pretty freaking sick. Struggled big time because I didn't have any oxygen for that, so I couldn't heat it, so I just kind of formed it as we went. But that looks pretty dope. I'm still gonna get the front done. I'm out of time. I gotta get going here, but I'm having a hard time figuring how to get this to push down to get that welded in there. But that looks freaking sick. So good. For my skills, that looks epic. It's gonna, like, that thing's gonna be so beefy. And yeah, be able to put quite a large tire in there if you want. And still got some tire poke depending on what tire you, and it pretty well lines up perfect with the front, which I wasn't really sort of hoping that would turn out that way, but I wasn't by any means planning it to turn out that way. So that's pretty sweet. So you got the cab floor pokes out a little bit, which is nice. And then yeah, I got that whole so this is talk time lapse time. This is basically all last weekend and a good chunk of today just on one Fender. Like, but you gotta take your time, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty freaking sick. I actually meant to go back when I was marking out the cardboard, and you see me adding 3/4 of an inch or taking off 3/4 of an inch, because half inch and a half gives you the center line to weld on. So when you do your cardboard marking out, when I did it this way, I traced on the inside, which means I had to add 3/4 of an inch to line up to the center, and same as that when I marked on the outside, so I took off 3/4 of an inch so it line up. So that's what you're looking at for the cardboard. On the cardboard sheet, that's why I took out 3/4 of an inch or added 3/4 of an inch just to get that to fit. So, but pretty freaking, get that all welded in there and look pretty sweet. This is a little bit of a low spot right here, I see. But other than that, pretty sweet. Gotta go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Give it a big old thumbs up. Comment. And yeah, you probably see what's going on in the background here. That video is going to come after, but we're playing around with some tire options. The old A50 is looking monstrous over there. Anyways, you'll see that video. Yep. Puckin'. See you later.